Welcome to day 27 of the Ring Fit Kickstart 2.0. It's time for everyone to do a fun flexibility session. If you looked at the title for this, it makes more sense if you know about British politics from a few years ago. It's a bit of a niche reference, but the point is strong and stable session. Okay, fantastic. So we're all going to be doing flexibility. It's going to be really cool because you've got a rest day on Sunday and then the kickstart will be over. So we just want to make sure everyone's doing a good bit of stretching today. All right, sounds good. It's going to be less intense as well, which is awesome. So, question of the day, of course, what do you prefer? Do you prefer resistance movements or do you prefer cardiovascular workouts? What do you prefer? Resistance or cardio? Resistance or cardio? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, awesome. Make sure that you warm up effectively for this one. Get your water and towel ready, and let's get flexible. Begin with tree pose, balancing on that single leg and really focusing on ankle stability before dropping to the floor for hip lift. Warrior 1 pose is next, bending at the sides while stretching the legs before a round of standing forward fold. This is a great move, it stretches your hamstrings and glutes well and is worth it in any program. Warrior 2 pose is next, which stretches the hips and chest pretty well. Repeat tree pose and standing forward fold before trying Warrior 3 if you can. This pose is quite difficult, it requires a lot of single leg balance and you shift over so that your upper body and other leg are parallel to the ground. If you can do it, awesome. If you can't do it or think it's too risky, overhead bend is still great for getting that posterior chain work. Repeat Warrior 1 pose and then finish with the chair pose. Well done. Start with tree pose and Warrior 1 pose to get into this flexibility workout, both moves you'll be familiar with now. Get into hinge pose, stretching the glutes and move from the shoulder before revolved crescent lunge pose. This is going to feel great on your hips and uses your core pretty well with the twist. Try to rest your elbow on the knee if you can, but if not, don't worry, just do what your range of movement allows. Warrior 3 pose is next, keep the breathing steady throughout to make this feel easier. Tree pose repeats before chair pose and standing forward fold. The fold will work well after chair pose. Repeat revolved crescent lunge pose before going into boat pose to finish off. Try to move the legs and upper body at the same time in one smooth motion. If not, do knee to chest instead. Great work. Beginners, we're starting with tree pose. Balance on the one leg, and if you need to move from the shoulder rather than do the side bend, do that, as the most important part of the game is the single leg balance. Warrior 1 pose is next, get into a half lunge and do a side bend, keeping the upper body upright the whole way through. Bend over for hinge pose, move the ring from just your shoulder and use your arm for support before bending over again with the ring behind you and fold over for standing forward fold. Then get into Warrior 2 pose. It's my favourite move in the game. You stand with your legs apart with your feet in slightly different directions, hold the ring at shoulder height and twist from the shoulders. Then we repeat those 5 moves. Great work! Nice work everyone! I hope you found that really relaxing, really refreshing from the intense work that we've been doing recently this week. We've got 2 more sessions left. We've got a full body session tomorrow and then we've got a core session and then we're done with the kickstart. How wild is that? It's awesome. Okay, so fit fact of the day, my friends. Can you train through illness? Yes, again, you can train through illness depending on how ill you are and what your illness is. Now, there is a bit of a saying which is that you can run through a cold. So if you've essentially got like a head cold or something like, like a blocked nose or, a bit of a headache, you can often still do some light cardio work through that. That's generally fine. I like the neck down rule though. If you are ill at the neck, so you've got like a bit of a cough or a chesty cough, you've got problems with your chest, you've got diarrhea, you've got something like that, you've got stomach problems, you're throwing up, don't work out. If you're only ill from neck up, try and do a light workout, but if you're ill from neck down, just rest. Just make sure that you recover. And even to be honest, if it's neck up, usually I just say to recover anyway, just because you're probably better being at more like 100% than you are working out at 85. Okay? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you tuning into these sessions, and I hope that you worked out really well. We've got 4 more days left of the full kickstart, which is wild. Keep saying wild, it's all good. But yeah, awesome. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much to my patrons like Rain, I Love Waffles 1311 and Sick Hippie for the amazing support they give through Patreon. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. It's amazing. Thank you so much. You rest up and I'll see you tomorrow.